Okay, what's up everyone? I don't know if you can hear me. I'm doing a little testing on the mic, so give me a second.
It's so funny, playing football, watching football all these years, and the quarterback sneak has been a certain way, and I know it's been revolutionized this year with the whole motion thing. Like, why nobody thought of that before?
Trying to turn up the mic to see if you guys hear me. I have a different mic set up right now, so give me a second. I'll have my other mic set up next time.
Weapons in the NFL. That is now 10 touchdowns for Justin Fields in his last 10 quarters of play. He has 1 rushing and 1 passing today. So
alrighty guys, it's Snyder Football. Back on with my new stream setup.
And the Bears are going to jump out to a 17-7 lead as the extra point is.
Sounds so great. We are now 10-3, I think. Yeah, 10-3. So we need to beat the Bears, and we need to beat the Seahawks, because our game last time we played was not good. We had got Juszczyk was injured. And it was hard to get a run game because I really didn't have a full. Trying to get that run game. We got beat by the Lions, that's for sure. Now Juszczyk is back. He's only out for 1 game, so let's get that win.
Well, if I'm the head coach, I've got my challenge ready to drop. 1 foot comes down,
We playing at home? Yes, we are. And close to stuff. So that's good.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're going to look here at Trey Lance. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the 49ers and the Bears. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We're about 40 miles south of Galveston, Florida, as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
And sometimes when you're in the middle of a losing streak, being on the road is exactly what you want. You can only depend on each other. Let's see if they can use that as fuel in this ball game.
Here's the former Utah Ute Matt Gay to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. This fielded right at the goal line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on some few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Let's go.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And likely forces out that situation on 4. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Set, cut. Ready.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lance, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career. That ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys are excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Shotgun now for Lance. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Niners had 10-3 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his...
Timeout. Okay. Matthew Stafford was running them up to spike the football on 1st and goal. But Sean McVay's guys are going to get 2 or 3 plays before the half expires.
I just saw the stream on for a second, so I just wanted to check it out. Okay, let's get back to this.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he will have the Bears first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Let's say they have to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Down to about the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 32.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is a commentary of today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed, but as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that, but even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Right side, and he finds Gray. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Now Lance again. And his throw is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. Every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Back to the air on second down. It's Lance. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. Right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And this pass caught by Gray. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Ready?
Back to throw. Out left to Dotson. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset. And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for defenders to shadow him across all that ground.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's got this down to the 35. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And able to get this to the 31.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Set, go.
Here's Lance. Samuel bringing in the slant. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ready?
Lance now on 1st down. And this one is incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone is hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Ready, ready, ready.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 15-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here we go.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Working from the gun, Lance. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding offense.
Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Yellow.
Throwing now is Lance. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Gay knocks this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with the 1st down.
Yellow. Line. Smith red.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. 14 yards into Chicago, 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. They'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. Touchdown, Chicago! Darnell Mooney, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The try here for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need him right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Ready.
Now play fake. Lance. They'll roll him out right. And a little floater there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over. Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. Touchdown! Jahan Dotson, 65 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Yeah, 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 15 now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Ready.
And Lance now to throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
This one caught by Kittle. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd and 15 now, Lance. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, no one wants to see that drop, but I guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Hey, Brad! Ready!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding Gray going across the field. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start by heading out west. State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And it's the Cardinals who are out front in that one. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Keenan Allen, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they trail the visiting Bills in that ball game at halftime. The Bills seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Niners, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Jakeem Grant now to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far in the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
But partner, the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Sliding out of the pocket, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Lance. Able to find Gray here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A little football 1-on-1 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Down to about the 32.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him. why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to have a Niners first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Ready?
Throwing on first down is Lance. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Lance now on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of. We're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a
that's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the 49ers are back within a score.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Jahan Dotson getting set for this next drive. Creeping up on 1,000. Couldn't get there on this drive, so a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively, maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now, instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage the quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now, too.
Yeah, a little bit of a cat and mouse game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Set, go, ready?
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ready?
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here comes the Bears punter now. as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Lance out to his left. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 30. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose, and this is picked up by the Bears.
And it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Back now here in Santa Clara. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. The defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Pressure comes, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Got it. Ready?
Desperation time here. Lance. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 66 yards. And the Niners have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Gay is on for the point after. And this is back to a 5-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. This one swung out to Montgomery. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try to cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. It might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Montgomery is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Once more Montgomery, and this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. The Niners set to take over on offense. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a two-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Lance out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Ready.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hut, go.
Off of play action, here's Lance. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Here we go.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Ready.
Barkley, inside handoff. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Hut, hut. Ready.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Lance. This pass outright. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on. And that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed.
Come on, set.
And they'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
A big play, 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop.
Set. Go. Hut, hut.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you got to win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Yellow, line.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Bears, it's just their third win on the campaign as they move to 3-11 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.
Just around the red zone, and Gabe puts it through. So we've got a one-possession game. That one's already gone to the fourth quarter. That was the first thing to go to the fourth quarter out of the 8-game early window here.
Oh, he got credit. Oh, he got a silver trade. Nice. Yeah, we lost 2 straight games. Games we should have won.
I can remember we had played Atlanta one time. Chuck Smith came.
First to get back in the lead here. Brissett will take a home run shot. Knocked away, though. He's got DPI against Buffalo. Browns are over midfield.
Now it's the Seahawks time. Breakout quarterback. Who's this? Trey Lance? Breakout? What's happening? Is Trey Lance getting some credit? Superstar. Not ready, superstar? I think he is.
I know that you got the history in the background. That's similar to use vision, but the fact that he does hit that running back.
So this is Lance's best season with us. He has 22 TDs, 16 interceptions. Still too many interceptions, but it's better than his previous years, so I'll give it to him.
Browns, after the defensive pass interference penalty, have worked it into the red zone. They're sent to the end zone, back in the end zone. Harrison Bryant.
So he is a star. I thought he was gold.
Made a nice job to grab the ball, but couldn't get the left foot down as Brissett thought he had a touchdown in the back of the end zone.
We got Barkley, who's having a great season with us.
Just couldn't get it down right there, but a near touchdown for Cleveland. They will have to reload
So look at
on a 2nd and 10.
See Gray, third string receiver, leading and passing. George Kittle, and then Ayuk, and then Debo Samuels are like right neck to neck. Ayuk's contract's coming up. That's why I'm kind of deciding, should I not re-sign Ayuk and just give it to Gray as the number 2 guy. But I do like Ayuk too. It's tough. Because if I had a choice, I probably would elect. I don't know. We'll see. The Kittle's having a good season, better than last. But look at, he's a star. He's not even a superstar no more. And he's going down. He's regressing. And he's in his 7th year. Still looking good. But I guess because of his age and everything, skills are really like. I don't know what happened in that game we just played. He got
before that third down play for Cleveland, let's check on a 2nd and 10 near the red zone for the Eagles.
oh my God, the Colts and Philadelphia just scored, making it 10-13. Again, there might just be a hype team. So in the draft coming up next, I don't know what I'm going to go for because look at our, we did a lot of trades, so we got a lot of picks. So we have a first and we have 2 seconds. I can use those seconds to get another first. I can move the first into like try to get 2 firsts. I got a lot of 4th picks and 5th picks. So I might even get more picks because we have a linebacker that is an upcoming star, but it doesn't look like he's going to take over the starting position. So I probably just trade him to a team that he can start somewhere and get a high draft pick. A block. Anyways, we got to shut down the Seahawks, that's for sure.
Bills maintain a 12-point lead at home, quote unquote, against the Cleveland Browns. Buffalo and Cleveland game.
So we're ranked 1st in defense, 21st in offense. Who got hurt? Fred Warner again. This is his second game he got injured in practice and is going to miss a game. Not good for Fred. The offense is good. I did convert him to a D tackle. I think he was a left end or right end, and I switched him. He has that body build of a defensive tackle.
As we start the day in the NFC East. Impressive with their win over the Eagles and winning 4 of the
Trey Lance got upgraded. So our last 3 games is going to be the Seahawks, the LA Rams, and the Cowboys. Cowboys are doing good. Let's see the playoff picture. We went down to 3 when we were number 2, and last week we were number 1 because we lost 2 straight. Not good. we're playing in Seattle or something. We're playing home.
Defense stands tall again. C.J. Mosley, last time he was playing, Bill Belichick said it was like C.J. Mosley knew what plays we were calling in the huddle. Well, right there, he snuck it out. Turnover on downs. Back to the Jets. I know there hasn't been offense in this game, but the defenses have showed out. 2 top 10 scoring defenses in terms of points allowed.
Do this. We need this win. Come on.
It's week 16 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look here at Trey Lance as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the 49ers and the Hawks, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Set, ready. Ready, go.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Set, go.
Play action. Now it's Lance. Rolling to his right. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Here we go.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Lance. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Azeez Al-Shaair. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And that will come the offense as they take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
A quick first down pickup. Good start off the ball for their opening drive. Again, it's Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 57 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because of zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A handoff, Barkley running left. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He's got it. Touchdown 49ers. Danny Gray, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try for the first with Walker. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And they will take over first and 10. And this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10.
Ready, go!
Now a play fake. Lance. He'll buy some time right. This one caught by Kittle. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Defense.
So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. He's got it to the 43 here. The Niners at 10-4 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Lance. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Wrong situation. Here's Lance to throw it. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
You have to get outside of that tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And this is good. From 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So just enough juice to get the 3, and I think that wind at the back helped a little bit there.
Certainly did, and to me that tells me that that head coach knows his kicker and realized the wind was at his back. That's probably the outer limits of what he could make, and he knew the wind might be able to aid him and get that ball over the crossbar, and it did.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Well, the ball now going back over to Seattle Seahawks offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Ready.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Rob, incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, this first half is not going according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They can use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Returnable for Grant. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Come on, set. Ready, go.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visiting Niners who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Santa Clara. Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Saquon Barkley with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Seahawks take back over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Get ready.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
On play action, Lance rolling to his left. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Lance finding Kittle, first down San Francisco.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Let's go now.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Ready?
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing now is Lance. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Danny Gray with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Niners continue to pull away here in this first half. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Gay is on for the point after. And the lead is now 24. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the drive culminated with the Danny Gray touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. The throw over the middle taken in, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Okay, ready?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
Ready.
Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Patterson's kick is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least they have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front in that one. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown reception. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Michael Thomas, a touchdown reception. finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. In that matchup, all even in their battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did, and that should set them up well for the second half to come. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. To about the 35, second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feel pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On second down, it's Walker. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end fan. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Back to throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Gets past 1 man. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Here's Walker. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This caught by Fant toward the sideline. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime. They sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
On second down, here's Lance. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And Lance now to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on third down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Set, ready. Opposite, green, blue, check. Check white.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Drake Jackson drops it for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up fourth down. One quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause. They'll
look to throw here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Drake Jackson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the 1st down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Well, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. They'll run for it. It's Walker, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Set, go.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on.
Yeah, this part of the game, the 4th quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
Barkley, inside handoff. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. And Lance going to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long, had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead.
Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Come on, set.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fant. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them the pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 141 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Ready? Ready, go!
2nd down, here's Barkley again. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and...
Down! Cut, go! Cut, cut!
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. So the victory here for San Francisco, and when you break it down, well, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting, but obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the 49ers, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.